All right. Hopefully you guys can hear me okay. I have gotten a lot of stuff done, and the things I'm about to share with you, I think are gonna trip you out a little bit. So if you're not up to date with everything that's going on with the AI world, we're about to see a massive restructuring on our entire society, really. And a lot of people are about to lose their jobs. So we got a lot to cover today, but I'm excited for those of you who are here to witness something that it's pretty incredible, honestly. This is something that I saw was I knew this was going to happen for a long time. About 8 years ago, I did a presentation on how AI was going to change everything, and a lot of the things that I predicted are coming true right now. So let's not waste any time. All right. So here we go. Local AI database. So, biggest companies in the world, all AI databases, okay? Facebook, giant database of people's information, and has an AI that basically finds people that would be a good match for whatever the thing Facebook's trying to sell, right? Through its advertising. People pay for advertising, and Facebook takes its giant database of people, uses AI to figure out who's gonna buy something, right? Same thing with Google. Okay, giant database of people, sells ads to them. Amazon, essentially the same thing, just has products on top of it. Pretty much any platform you can think of, ChatGPT, giant database of people, okay? Now, why does that matter? And why did I put local AI database up here? Because all of the money in the future, and even really currently, is going to be based on two things, really. AI databases and biotech. People syncing their real-time heart rate data, eye tracking data. You don't believe me? Let me show you here. All of the things that the iWatch has on its users. This is an export of the different data tables. And this is just a few of them. But this is all data, right? Now, what happens when you feed an AI a bunch of data? It gets smarter, right? Why does that matter? Because smarter the AI is, the more it can do. And the the more it can sell, the more money it can make, okay? And so if we know that, then the real thing we might want to think about is, how can I get an AI database? Okay, here's the answer. You ready? Check this out. Just made a folder, okay? Why does the little folder on the desktop represent a database? Wherever it went into the abyss. The reason why is because you can build your own database on yourself and on all the things that you're doing. You actually own that data. You can control the data, okay? Now, as you build your database, your AI gets smarter. And so the secret here is that you want to stop feeding the data to the people making all the money off of it, and you want to start retaining as much of your own data as possible. Now, how do we do that? So, answer. We set up a local AI, okay? Very simple to do. I'm going to show you how to do it today. Now, the capabilities of having your own AI, and this is really the thing that I wanted to show you today, is that you can essentially do anything at this point. You can have your AI send emails. You can have it change settings on your computer. You can have it build a program. And that's just kind of like the tip of the iceberg. Now, you might be thinking, well, yeah, I mean, I've been using a little bit of AI stuff. There's not really that much it can do. But when I say an AI can do anything, it can literally do anything. And not like where you have to kind of like figure out how to code a bunch of stuff and like, I don't know how to do this or that. No, it's very, very, very simple. Very simple. Okay. Now I'm on a Windows computer here. The reason why I got on this Windows computer is because, my, Mac started, bricking on me, meaning that it, started running out of memory. So I've been going deep down the rabbit hole on this stuff. But here's a remote desktop for my Mac. It's got my live stream here. Hopefully you guys can hear me okay. Let me just double check this really quick. Yeah, sounds okay. All right. So I have a terminal window here on my Mac. This works on a Mac or Windows, whatever you want. And the stuff that I've built on on just this local tiny laptop here within this window or within this folder is it's incredible. Like, I think when you see what this AI has accomplished from just prompting it, you're going to completely change your mindset around how you view AI, how you view really a lot of things. So let me zoom in here so you can see this. What I'm going to do is, first of all, I'm just going to show you the home page on Cashbot. So here we go. This is a page that was built by the AI. Now, this might just look like a regular whatever landing page, but this was built with a prompt, okay? Now, I want to show you, though, what went into this prompt. So when it comes to data, right, we just talked about this a second ago. The more data you have, essentially the more power and intelligence you have, really. And so the secret, right, it's not just having a local database that you can train your own AI on, but it's being able to chain something called an API together. Multiple APIs. And what an API is, it's just essentially a bridge, okay? So if I if I connect to an API, let's say I connect to Facebook's API or Google's API or any API, what I'm doing is I'm asking whatever platform, I'm saying, hey, Facebook, give me a bridge. What is a bridge for? For walking across, right? Why do I want a bridge? Well, because a bridge allows me to bring something from one side to the other. Now, here's why this is important. Pretty much every platform on earth has an API, at least the well-known companies, right? So if I wanted to take data from Facebook and I wanted to take data from Google and from anywhere, right? High level or, I don't know, PayPal. Let's say I wanted to take 4 data points here, 4 different bridges, 4 different APIs. Well, I have my data, right? Let's say my data is in the Cachebot folder, bunch of AI stuff trained on me. And then I have all these other data points. I can have a prompt take the data from Facebook on me or on whatever it has in terms of advertising, anything that Facebook lets me pull from its data, and I can pull it into my data, right? Into my folder, which means that my AI just got smarter. Now just stay with me for a second. The reason why this is important is because the smarter I can make my own AI, the smarter I can sell things to people. Now, one of the things that I started doing is I started taking a bunch of APIs, pulling data, and figuring out what people wanted based on all these different data points. And AI made this page based on that. So what I said is I said, hey, based on all the data you got here, right? Let's say it's between these platforms and the data it has on me and whatever. Build something. So my prompting is no longer like, hey, I need a sales page that does this, which, you know, if I put that in ChatGPT or something, not going to get a very solid output. Why is that? Because the best prompts come from context. And so if I can pull data from different platforms, feed it in my own database, and my database gets better and better every day, then my prompts get better than everybody else's. Okay? Now the question is, what makes a prompt good? Two things: context and processing. So, context is how much data gets pulled into something. For example, if I wanted to pull, let's say, all of the data from Facebook, all of the data from Google, all the data from myself, and I wanted to put that all in one prompt, say, hey, pull all this data in here, pull data in here, and then give me an answer. Well, guess what? Your AI system, whatever you're set up on, it's going to take a really long time to process all that data, and chances are it's going to lose context. So what do you need? Processing. How do you get more processing? Well, you have 2 options. You go rent a data center. You go set up a server rack in your house. Or you use like an API. Essentially, the better the AI is, the better the model is, the more you're going to be spending on the model, right? So let's say the model is Opus, which is Claude's best API or AI. And it can process more context and it's smarter, but you have to spend more. And so you start to have to wonder, okay, well, if I'm going to be spending all this money on, AI, do I want to spend a bunch of money pulling this data, that data? How much context do I want to use? How much context necessary? There's all these like little parameters and, things that you have to figure out. And that's why one of the secrets to AI is that The real future of the AI, I would say billionaires, the people that are going to be the best at prompting are the people who realize that AI is not about what you ask it, but it's actually about what you don't ask it. Why? Because the questions you don't ask mean that you don't have to spend as much context, as much processing. And so the more simple you can make something, the better you are at prompting. And the faster you get to your goal. Now, this is a complete reverse of what our society values. Okay? What does our society value? Anyone? Perceived value. Society's built on complexity, okay? If I were to take this camera over here, let me go grab it. See this camera? If I were to show you this camera here, what you would see is a lot of complexity. You got the autofocus, the manual focus, all the different focus parameters. You got all these different shoot modes. If you go into the menu, you got 30 different ways to change the settings. And then if you were to draw that out and you think about, okay, well, this is just a camera. What about the 3,000 different apps installed on your phone and all the settings associated with those? And the 30 different emails you have set up and the, thousands and thousands of inbound notifications, and there's a lot, right? Society's at its breaking point. What does that mean? It means that people can't handle complexity anymore. Why? Because complexity doesn't scale. If you were to have a building, it's this giant skyscraper, and the foundation is very, very confusing, and it doesn't make sense, and there's all this stuff everywhere, and it's just built to impress people. All these settings. The only setting people need at this point is a button, right? AI and tech is smart enough to give somebody a camera where you just click a button, it does what it needs to do. So why are all these settings here? Why are all these complexities built? Why does the foundation of this building matter? Because you can't scale to the moon. You can't keep building a skyscraper. If it's built with a shaky foundation, eventually it'll fall over. And our society is built on so many different things, so many different distractions, so many shiny objects, so many random settings that we don't need. And again, the question is why? Because perceived value. Perceived value says that it does not matter how efficient you are. It matters how efficient you look. Now, looks are an opinion. It's a belief system. Okay? What does that mean? It means that if you have somebody that works 6 months to build a website, and then you have somebody that has one prompt to build a website, and the person with one prompt gets paid $100, and the person with 6 months to build a website gets paid $10,000, this person looks more valuable. Why does this person get paid more? Well, they look busier. They work hard. They show up to all the meetings. Meetings about what? They're on the phone all day, talking to people. Again, our society's built on the dumb people getting rewarded. And this is not like me trying to be negative or catastrophic or any of that. What this is the truth. And we're about to hit an awareness wave where a lot of people are about to start saying, wait, they're going to actually start questioning things, which is weird because most people kind of just walk through life with blindfolds on, just going, oh yeah, this seems normal. No. We are in the most advanced part we've ever been in our entire history. And you still have people taking little hats and putting them on turtles on TikTok. And they're getting millions of views and making a ton of money. They're getting massively rewarded. Why? Because people are scared of questioning that. They're scared of it. People just kind of usually blindly accept things. So, long story short here is that perceived value is going out the door. And so if you've been frustrated because you are somebody that's actually smart and you don't spend your time putting hats on turtles, and I'm sorry if you're watching this and you're sad that that's going away. I don't know what to tell you. I mean, it's just how it is. The turtles are very cute, but there's nothing we can do. And so the awareness wave is caused by AI. You literally cannot look at what I'm about to show you and not question your reality, or at least the reality, because you might already be where I'm about to show you. Probably not. People don't believe things until they visually see them. Not everybody, but the majority of people, they have to see something to believe it, okay? Now, again, before I show you something that's probably going to completely change your reality, I want you to think about this. Based on where we're currently at, right, and how inefficient everything is and how complex everything is, do you think that's going to last forever? Do you think people are going to be able to pay a web developer for the next 2 years to build their website when they can do it with a prompt? Do you think people are going to be using PayPal to send money when PayPal locks your account if you send $200 and makes you wait for 4 days when you can use something like a local crypto wallet to send money from one place to another and never have that happen? No. Because it's simple. And people are tired of wasting their time doing all this manual stuff all day. Do you know how long it even takes to log into an email anymore? You got to get through 3 different 2-step verifications. You got to remember your 1 out of 500 passwords. You got to log in, and then hopefully it's not asking you to add some sort of recovery step or something else. And that's just one of your 20 emails. Right? It's too complex. There's too much. There's too much going on. Okay. So, if you know that things are too complex, it's not going to scale, that means there needs to be a restructuring. That's what's happening right now. A lot of people are about to look at something along the lines of what I'm about to show you. And they're going to go, oh shit. Okay? Not a bad thing, not a good thing. Just is. Okay? The truth is not really good or bad. It just is. Okay, that's kind of what it is. It's inevitable. Can't really do anything about it. So you might as well just say, all right, well, it is what it is. Okay. Now, what is the truth? Truth equals the truth. It's unavoidable. It's simple. It scales. For the most part, usually doesn't benefit you. At least not in the current context of our society. But soon it will. The reason why is because if the truth is simple and simple scales, and we know that the highest paid people in the world, all the billionaires of the future, are going to be able to ask simple questions, to have easy, simple prompts that the AI doesn't need to spend a ton of time processing, and it's just a straightforward thing that gives people the thing that they want, then really the people that tell the truth the most are going to be the highest paid. Or at least the people that know the truth, okay? Because people that really care about the truth, the people that are aware, they care about simple. And you plug those people into something like an AI that trains on them, and what you get is some really good stuff. Okay? Really cool things. And then you're going to have all these people that are built on the old value system, old, perceived value system, and they can't figure out how to do a basic thing because the thing that was complex before is now basic. What does that mean? Well, you know how you have all these ideas about, oh, if I could just program, or if I could just do this or that, I'd be able to build this thing, and then I could turn it into this other thing, and then I could add this other. All of those things are now possible. And so the question is, are you bluffing? Because the truth is you can't do all those things. Why? Because once they're possible, you realize, wait, is that really what I want? Then you have to question yourself. Okay, so if you can do anything, which you're about to be able to do, what would you do? Well, I'd go and do this, this, and this, and this, and this. Not true. Prove it. Well, I can't. I don't have the technology. I don't have the... No. That's not why. Because what you're going to find out is once you can do anything, once you have a superpower, which you have, you just don't realize it yet. Once you have the ability to do anything, you start to question, what's the point? If you could make as much money as you wanted, if you could program anything you wanted, if you could message millions of people in 2 seconds off of one thing, if you could have one prompt that solved all your problems, then what's your next problem? What you find out is your problem this whole time was you. Because the excuse that brought you to this video, which is, oh, I need to go find out this thing about whatever. I don't know enough about this or that. This looks interesting because I want to learn more about. You're wasting time. You're spending a lot of time trying to figure something out that you can already accomplish. Not with AI, but literally within you working on it. Okay? How does that make sense? So the way it makes sense is that you have a list of things that you want to do, and then you do them. You literally just go do them. Well, I haven't learned coding before. Well, guess what? Before AI, you could have just went and learned coding. Okay. Now, again, this isn't me talking smack. What I'm saying is that the people that are inefficient, AI is going to amplify. It's going to make them even more inefficient. The people that are efficient is going to amplify them as well. AI is kind of like money. It's just like an amplifier. And so if you're already confused in life, this is going to more than likely make you a lot more confused. So I'm sorry. And you can close this right now if you want. If you're already very confused, probably better to close this. Just go back to the turtle videos, okay? All right. Everybody hear me okay still? Just give me a 1 or a yes. Now, I'm sure a lot of people are watching this. They're like, yeah, right, Chase. Yeah, like you're talking a big game. You have no idea what you're talking about. I just want to let you know something, guys. I've been talking about AI for a very long time, starting like 8 years ago, before ChatGPT was out, before a lot of platforms were out that, made people start believing in the whole AI thing to a certain degree. And for years and years and years, I've had people tell me I was insane. I was one of the first people to make a course on AI when it first hit, when ChatGPT hit, and I made millions of dollars off of it because I was correct. The thing I'm about to share with you, I have never been more on point with anything than what I'm about to share with you. Okay? And this isn't like a future-based thing. Oh, I'm going to show you something in the future. I swear. What I'm about to show you currently at this exact moment is it's the future. I met with a guy a few nights ago that he does software development full time. He's been doing it for years. Works for a big company, gets paid a lot of money. And I said, dude, I built something pretty incredible, and I really want to show you this. And he said, I've been doing software and cybersecurity for years. There's nothing you're going to show me that's going to, impress me. And so I pulled up in my MacBook. I said, look. And he said, nothing. He was speechless. Okay, so here we go. Let me just show you a few things here. I already showed you the website, okay? Just looks like a regular website. But what the website really is, again, is a bunch of data pulled on the back end. I have built a database with AI of over 900,000 leads. Mainly from people that have opted in to my opt-ins over the years. I've been doing a video a day every day for like 10 years. I took a few months off, actually about 8 months off, to learn everything I could about AI. And so I have a whole database of people. And that's one of the data points for this page. But the page itself has a webinar built into it. It's supposed to be a live webinar. You opt into it, and then it sends you the webinar. But the webinar sells something that I don't know. Now, I know in a nutshell what it is, but what I'm saying here is that the AI built 30 different variations of a webinar. It built the presentation. It built the slides. It did the voiceover. All off of a prompt. Okay? There's an AI voice here that took all the context of these 900,000 people and all the data points and all the history of everything that I've worked on. And it built a presentation. You can go watch it. I mean, I watched like half of it. I don't even really know, like, essentially when somebody buys this, all I do is I help them get set up with what I'm about to share with you. But it built all this. And then it built the sales page. And then it built the products. And then it did the fulfillment. And then it did everything. And by the way, this was something that it was able to do without me even touching it. I literally just said, hey, based on everything so far, can you build me something that people might buy? It said, sure. I come back later and it's all done. Posted on YouTube, everything. It sent out messages. It corresponded with emails. And again, I know you're not going to believe me until you see what I'm talking about. But it runs autonomously. How does it run autonomously? Well, it has an AI swarm. What is an AI swarm? AI swarm is a list of AIs that work. It's like an army of AIs, okay? There was so many AIs running and doing things that it literally bricked my Mac. I had to go over to my desktop. So you got two big pieces of technology. You got OpenClaw and you got local Claude or Gemini or any API you want to use for an AI. You put these two things together and you have an AI army run, and it can essentially do anything you want it to, okay? So let me show you here. I'm going to put the camera on me for a second. So this is one of the millions and millions of lines of code that the AI wrote. And again, it's just a database, nothing too crazy. But here we have 862,000 people inside of a database. Why is this important? Well, remember what I told you in the beginning of all of this? That in the future, you're going to have a lot of people with their own databases. And now this is just one database, one data point, right? Now, if you don't know what a database is, it's pretty simple. Database just means Excel spreadsheet, okay? That's pretty much all it is. So you could have a database on your health, as I showed you earlier. That's what Apple has on you. A lot more than that, by the way. But this is essentially here a database of, you put this on a spreadsheet, you got all this data on your health, okay? That's one database. Your leads, another database. Your prompts, another database. So you have all these different spreadsheets of data, okay? AI can read them all, process them all. And the money that you have sitting on the table right now is based on your historical data, okay? The gold mine is in the data that you've already built. Your phone list, your contacts list, your Gmail, your Facebook friends, everything. It's all a separate database that you own and you don't realize it. Because why? Well, it's on somebody else's platform. But the good news is you can still get that data off of those platforms and into your own database. And you can use that to your advantage with a scoring algorithm. The AI built a scoring algorithm as well. Okay, so here we got a score. Score basically means, based on what I'm trying to accomplish, how likely is this thing willing to do whatever the thing is I want it to do? So these are different leads with high scores. It basically means that the AI found that these leads, based on my historical data on things that I've sold, are likely to buy things. Why is that important? Because I want money. I want to make money. And if AI can tell me out of the hundreds of thousands or even, millions and millions of different data points, this is where the money is, all I have to do is run a prompt and say, okay, help me make money. Give me the thing that I need. And so this database is very, very accurate. Every lead that I've basically interacted with within a high score is either very likely to buy from me or has already bought from me, or just bought from me. Okay? Now here's the other thing. If one of these leads buys from me, then the AI has more context on how to find the next one that will buy from me. And the way this system here works, it's very simple. In terms of using it, in terms of how it was built, how it was programmed, I have zero clue. I'm going to show you how I was able to build this with just a prompt. But here we got the conversation history as well. So here you can see one of the leads here. It's got all the messaging. It was sent through iMessage, call button, whether or not a website was generated, whether or not they're on the do not contact list, has summaries. I can run an AI prompt over it, and really, I can do anything I want with any of the leads in here. So I could say, take a lead that's 100 score and send them a message. So this lead, it's actually a guy that's on YouTube. You should go check him out. His name's Chris. I can clear this window here, and I can go and say, hey, Chris is 100 score. Send him a message. Send Chris a message about our live stream right now. How does it know I'm live? Because it knows everything that I do. Why? Because it's hooked into everything. Here it says the user wants to send Chris a message about a live stream right now. Let me check the memory for Chris. There it is. Chris's number is this. I'm going to say yes. Send him a message about the live stream I just started. Now, depending on the model, it might not pull the context. It might not find that I'm live. Chances are, though, it will if I run a high enough context model, or I say, find YouTube link in memory. I'm running this system in a way right now where I try to save the memory as much as possible, because the more I have to spend on context, the more I have to spend on, the more I can't spend on other things. Check API history. Found it. So a lot of people would give up, right? They'd say, well, I can't figure it out. The AI told me no, I can't, there's no way. It said it couldn't find it. Look, Chase, it's not going to work. Well, it just worked. It found it, okay? The smart people are going to be able to use AI very well because they don't give up when somebody tells them no or something tells them no. And so again, remember how I said earlier, if you're very confused already, this is going to make you more confused because you're going to go and try to do something and you're going to realize, oh, this isn't working. I can't figure it out. Well, it's not working because of your mindset. The mindset that brought you to where you're currently at is going to keep you there even worse until you learn how to stop making excuses. All right, here it says, hey, Chris, Chase just went live right now. Jump in if you can. Here's the link. Now check this out. I'm going to go on my phone right now. I'm going to show you his proof here because, again, nobody believes you until you show them. But there's the message with Chris it just sent. There's the YouTube link. I'm going to click on it. And I guess it pulled the other YouTube link from the history there. Bad example. But it pulled one of the links. And again, that was user error because I wasn't specific enough about which link. I didn't tell it to scrape YouTube and find the context. if I was better at prompting, I would have said, find the YouTube link that says this, okay? Now, if I had more processing, wanted to spend more money on the API, it would be smarter and it would find what I'm talking about, but I'm running it at the lowest setting. So let's try to fix it. Just so I'm not showing you a bad example here. But again, did I just show you the capability? The capability was that I literally had an AI find one of the past links that I was talking about, probably in another conversation, and it sent it to Chris through my phone, through my messages. That's pretty crazy, right? And if you're bad at prompting, if I was bad at prompting, it could have sent it to 10,000 people, but if I didn't know what I was doing, right? And so it's also very powerful. And you're going to see a lot of people mess up on a lot of things. I accidentally had my AI send out like 1 million messages because I typed the prompt in wrong. Not only that, but the AI rewrote its own rules. Because I had a chain of command in my AI swarm where one said, no, do this. And then the other one was like, no, do this. Because when you have a swarm of AIs, they can start telling each other what to do if you train them on it. All right. So let's say here, no, I added a different link to a live stream. I did. Can you send that? And then send an apology to Chris. Boom. See if it finds it. I can upgrade the model if I go into the settings here. See the live stream context, but I don't see a different link. Say, all right, that's fine. Just send them the link off of, just look at Cashbot on YouTube and find the current live stream and send that one. Which means that it's now going to YouTube. It's finding the link, grabbing it, sending it to Chris. Okay? See if it finds it. Can't find the specific channel through web search. It's not pulling up. Just paste the link. And again, if I wanted it to open the browser, I could say, go open it up. Open up browser then. Now remember, this is the lowest grade AI that I'm using. It's probably actually the mid-grade, it's Sonnet. We could actually try right here upgrading it to Opus. So we're going to do settings, config, go down to model, go to, we'll just do default here, Opus, because the 1 million context might be a little, we might already be maxed out on it. I'm going to say, try it again by opening up the browser for me and finding it. Now, part of the reason this is cool is I'm just showing you all the different things you can do. You can open up your browser. You can open up a file on your computer. You can, I could tell the AI to change all my colors on my desktop to, blue folders. I could turn off the computer. I could turn it back on. I could optimize all the settings in it. I mean, this is literally just the tip of the iceberg. It found the wrong Cashbot. But look, it's actually scanning the window here. And I didn't open up Claude in Chrome. This is actually in Safari. There's actually a Chrome extension that runs with Claude. I don't really like it that very much, but here you can see it's already problem solving, and you can see that the Opus API is a little bit smarter here. Let's see if it figures this out. Now, so you see how it just pulled context on me. Now it's saying chase. It says, but see how this time it says none of those are yours. And again, it has my YouTube channel URL already, but there's so much data currently inside of the database that unless I specifically tell it to find that data point, it could randomly pull data from another source. It also depends on the memory that I have set, right? There's two big files that you have access to when you have your own database. You have your rules and your memory. And I'll explain those in a second. But I'm going to say, look at profile, top right. But then again, I could be creating more complexity, right? And so what you're going to start to realize, like for example here, it's taking me longer to figure out how to get the AI to remember something, even if I'm not like the best at remembering exactly how to prompt it. Sometimes it's faster to just go and grab the thing. So I'll go CacheBot, grab it, there it is. See if it can find it. All right, so I'm going to say, here's the link. Now, this translates to any other complexity you might be working on, right? So for example, if you're spending a bunch of time, you know, trying to build something, I had another guy hit me up and he said, you know, I really want to build this website, build this app, you know, I've been waiting 6 months on it, whatever. I just don't know how to, you know, I don't know how to get the developer I have to finish the project. I pulled up in a Claude window and showed him in like 2 seconds. I was able to build the website, integrate the Stripe, push it live to the internet in a couple seconds. All right, just send it to Chris. Apologize for the wrong link, sent the correct one. Okay, cool. Now, let's say I wanted to turn this into a website, okay? I could take the video, say, all right, cool. And I could even take a picture, right? Let me go do it on a new local build. We'll do it here. And I'm going to say, and by the way, I just set up Claude Local on this terminal here. This is a new build. But I could say, take this video here. I could have it transcribe the video or, you know, do anything. I could have it edit the video, whatever I want it to do. Or I could just have it take the thumbnail. I'm going to do a Windows Shift S. Windows Shift S lets you take a screenshot, and then if I Control V, it lets me paste it, usually. And I could say, based on this, image here, I want you to build me a website, or I want you to build me an app, or whatever I want. You know what's actually crazy? I just did a screenshot here and it went on my Mac. I don't really know why. That shouldn't really work that way. Pretty crazy. I don't see sometimes like some of the stuff that I'm building, I don't even know. Like I'll wake up and the AI has built something, or there's really no reason why I take a Windows screenshot and it goes to my Mac, but maybe whatever, we'll just do it here. So I'm going to drag this picture in over here. I'm going to say, okay, cool. Take this image. Got some lag. And build me simple one-page website. Then open it in my browser on localhost. Okay, then it's going to go build a page. So all I'm showing you here right now is just, I'm trying to show you and prove to you that you can literally do whatever you want. It says user wants me to build a simple one-page website. And I'm going to go through all the different examples. And one of the things I'm going to do in a second is I'm going to ask anybody in the live chat, and I'll answer the questions in a second. I haven't looked, but I'm going to ask anybody in the live chat something that you think I can't build with the AI. And I'm going to prove to you with any prompt we can build it. Okay? And then if you're interested, I'm going to make you an offer. 2 offers, really. There's one offer on the CacheBot homepage. It's probably going away very soon. I'm not saying that as a scarcity thing. I'm saying it as I don't want to do one-on-one stuff all the time because I want to build another checklist. So that's the second offer. Second offer is I'm making a new checklist. Checklist gives you everything that I'm showing you here step by step because we're deep down the rabbit hole. Very deep. We might call the checklist rabbit hole AI checklist or something. But I'm in the checklist, I'll show you how to prompt anything you want. Websites, apps. There it is. It actually looks a lot cooler on the Mac itself because right here it looks laggy, but on the Mac it looks really, really cool. But just built a landing page. Click on watch live stream. Takes us to the live stream. Okay. I'm going to leave the chat window open for a second. It actually looks a lot cooler on the Mac. But I want you guys to think about one thing that you'd like to see built that you might not think is possible. Okay. Let me go use the restroom. I'll be right back. But 2 minutes, I'll be back, and think about whatever you want built, and I'll prove it to you. And then I'm going to show you a few other things that I've been building. But again, this is just the tip of the iceberg. There's a lot more to this beneath the different layers. And if you're not already somewhat thinking a little bit differently about the future, you really need to. I'll be right back. I didn't have auto edit except turned on, so didn't show the be right back, but you saw it in the context window, hopefully. See what it gave us here. We're going to do allow all edits. Auto edits are now on. There we go. So again, if I would have had auto edits on, you would have had a be right back screen, but whatever. This is literally magic, by the way. If you're not like thinking about where we're at, it's freaking magic. So cool. All right, let's answer some questions here. Let's see what people want us to build. But yeah, this is literally just the first layer of the rabbit hole, I'm telling you guys. It goes very deep, and it goes deeper than just what's on your computer. Deep, deep down. All right. Screen is black. I can see it. Looks fine to me. All right, create a bot that predicts sports betting, okay? Do you want to give us a little bit more context on that, or you want to just run this? Create a bot for immortality. You know, pretty much anything, by the way, that might sound like a crazy idea to you, I can explain how it's probably not that crazy anymore. Whole immortality thing is if we can clone our consciousness into a AI and we can essentially build realities that look very similar to our own, we're pretty close to being able to, if we're not already able to, transmit our consciousness to something living. Let's take the prompt here. We're going to turn on plan mode. /plan, I believe it is. I don't know what grade model we're using. I don't think it's very high. This one's probably Sonnet, but let's see what it gives us. An autonomous only OF avatar generator. Yep, that's definitely a thing. And also, I can show you some pretty cool stuff with the Gemini API. Some of the videos that the AI randomly posted and then sent me emails of. That got over 1,000 views was literally, again, this was just based on the context of the things that it thought people would want to see. And it made these videos here, generated them, posted them, everything. Which a lot of you are probably familiar with AI generators at this point, but the way that we have it set up is that we can essentially set up prompting that happens before the prompt is actually made, meaning that at a certain point, you won't even have to prompt anymore. See if we can get audio.
You to listen very carefully. This is important. I need you to listen very carefully. This is important.
Sorry if that was loud. But it generated that. I'm not sure why. And also, again, because of the Gemini API settings, it only generated part of the video. I don't really know what the rest of that video was, but kind of interested to know. But yeah. This is a not even a prompt per se, as much as it is a prompt that was made based on a historical data point. Okay, so as we go deeper down the rabbit hole, we're going to start realizing that we don't even need to prompt things anymore. We just need to have really good data, which again is why it goes back to what I said to you initially. The money's going to be in the data. And it's going to be based on who you are and what your data points are as an individual. Because if the AI is always running 24/7 and it's picking up your data in a live environment, it's following you around, then why do we need to prompt it if it knows the prompts you're already going to give it? Right? If the AI is smart enough and you're smart enough, you put the two together because AI is a mirror. AI is built just like the human brain. It learns things based on essentially a mirroring system. Takes one data point, compares it to the other. Then you give it enough data on you, it's going to know what you want to say before you even want to say it, which is why if you go to Facebook right now, chances are it's going to say something that, or give you a result that you were already thinking about. But here's what's even more interesting. Before the prompt, right? If Facebook and all these platforms are a database on you, but they're feeding you data, and the AI is trying to get you to buy something and be a consumer because the platform's trying to make money, then you're already jacked in. Think about it. It's a reiterative loop. AI feeds you the data. You change your own outputs because of the data that was sent to you. You go back to the platform to get more data. That means the AI is already controlling you. It's controlling your prompts. And that's when we go into memory. And I don't want to go too deep because it starts to get scary, but it's very important that you remember things. It's very important that you build your own database. So here we go. We got Open Safari. There we go. AI replacing jobs. That was the original other prompt here. Let's see what this bot has given us. Did it give us a plan? Cool. No plan. Where's the plan? Might upgrade this to Opus here. Can't configure it while it's running. Again, if I had a huge budget for the API, I'd run it on fast mode Opus at all times, but I was burning through like a couple grand in API credits a day. Which cryptocurrency exchange? We'll do Coinbase. Technical analysis. We're gonna do whatever you think. I guess we'll use Python, and again, we could just have it assume all this stuff for us. Day trading, whatever. Oh, it says swing trading here, recommended. Submit. It's going to build it. Now, this is assuming that we all want this all custom. If I asked the local build I have that's trained on me, it would probably assume that I don't want to answer any of these questions. Can you explain your offer on your website? I wish I could. Essentially, if you buy the thing on the website right now, I'll just get on a call with you. And I'll help you set up the first part of whatever you want to build, including this. I'll help you set up your own prompting interface. But essentially right now, this is $247 for an hour of my time. I'm going to change it to a checklist. And I think I can have the AI auto-generate most of the checklist already. In fact, if I want to change this, let me do it. We're going to do it right now while this is building over here. We're going to go into our local build here. I'm going to say, hey, I need you to change cash.bot homepage from offer for $247 to, let's just say, $297. for 1 hour of my time getting set up on your very own AI system. It's going to go do it. It's going to build the sales page. It's going to build the... We don't have the full Opus model on, so it might only do a little bit of it, but we'll see. But it's going to go do everything. But yeah, the webinar that it built, the sales page that it built, the issue is, and it's part of the reason why I haven't been going live or making content, is the AI's building so many things at once that I'm spending more time trying to figure out what the AI is building and why and learning from it than I am actually being able to promote things. In the past, it was always that I would be the guy that would just sell all the time. And then I would build products that were pretty good. But all of my time lately, over the last 8 months, has been the opposite. I've been the guy that's building the most insane product anybody could ever get, at least at this current moment, in my opinion, around AI infrastructure. But I've really not spent a whole lot of time promoting it. Because I got tired of being the guy. I didn't want to be the guy anymore. I don't like being the social media guy. I used to. But people change. Looks like my audio went down a little bit. I'm not sure why. Let me see if I can turn this up. Testing, 1, 2, 3. All right, I think we're good. Testing. All right. Hopefully it didn't make a bunch of static. Hopefully you guys can hear me okay now. It was just hard to understand your offer. Dude, it's hard to understand for how to even explain a lot of what this is. It's not like necessarily easy to show a tool that gives you a superpower to do anything. How do you explain it? Especially when most people don't really believe it. You know, there's people that don't even know how to open their email. Like, I've been coaching people for years. And there's a lot of people that they don't know even basic tech. And so it's hard for me to take something this complex and then say, well, yeah, I mean, basically you can do anything. Like, how do I put that into a box? I mean, this is the box here, really. You put it in a box by showing the box, I guess. That's how you do it. So that's what we're doing. All right, here we go. Now deploying to Railway, okay? Railway is just like a site to host the thing. All right, let's see if it's live. Not live yet. Let's see. Oh, it looks like maybe it just changed the offer. $297, get an hour of Chase's time. Okay, well, again, we didn't give it a very good prompt. We kind of just gave it the first part of that prompt, I guess. $297. Yep, there we go. So we're going to say, actually, I need you to think a little more about this and figure out how we can rebuild the homepage completely to offer a setup one-on-one. Now, remember how I told you I just showed you kind of the tip of the iceberg. So one of the things that this system is really, really engineered for is essentially having an AI army that closes people based on their scoring. I showed you earlier the database with the scoring system. Scoring system finds the people most likely to buy. It scans all of my different messaging platforms like Gmail and iMessage and whatever else, and it finds data about the leads that it's looking for. It can scrape for leads. It can find leads that I already have, on my own contact list, or it can find cold leads, add them to the database, and then I can set a prompt that essentially closes these leads based on the prompt. Okay? Now, why is that cool? Because I can have thousands of AIs having messages with anyone. In fact, one of the AIs did outreach and got a billionaire to respond to one of my messages. And that's done with the database plus a messaging command center system here. I'm going to bring this up for you so you can see it. So I showed you a little while ago, like the messaging with Chris. But here we have the same messaging within the command center. Has different filters like, inbox, Gmail, whatever, WhatsApp whatever I want to connect to. It has a little settings here. Settings literally allows you to put a prompt in here. So it says offer to build a free AI powered website. I could change this prompt to whatever I want, and I can choose the API or the AI I want to use for this. I can use a free AI that runs on my computer using something called Ollama, or I can use a smarter AI like, Gemini or Claude if I want to pay for the API. This will then go and find those scored leads with the high scores that the AI finds is relevant, the lead that it thinks is going to make a sale to. It'll start having an ongoing conversation with that lead. That's not just like, oh, the lead's going to send a message. It's like literally installing a chatbot on any messaging platform I want, on my own personal Facebook profile or whatever I want. And the way that works is it uses OpenClaw. OpenClaw essentially just lets you bridge into any messaging interface. All right, so for one-on-one, we can do a Calendly booking link, PayPal auto text. We'll just do PayPal auto text here. And so you might be like, oh my gosh, this is so cool because it does this or that. It already does this or that. The graphical user interface is just HTML. It's nothing that crazy. I could do everything through this local terminal window. The only reason people get excited about what you see on a web page is because you're used to seeing everything that's capable of doing anything through that specific, channel of seeing code displayed on a website, right? You don't need that anymore. You literally just need a terminal window, because it'd be much easier for me to send a command to this terminal window and say, monitor for any messages from, inbound, or send these messages outbound to cold leads, and then start the AI swarm. It's a lot more efficient to not have to use all my context with HTML. And so you're going to see a lot of coding languages disappear as well, or at least not be used as much. Why? Because nobody wants to use the context. And so again, the real money of the future is noise disappearing. All the context, all the fancy, perceived value things. Oh, you can do this and that, and showing all these things, when in reality, it's all right here. It's literally just this window. And if you don't believe me, go install Claude Code. I'm serious. If you don't have Claude Code set up, put it on your computer. Don't install OpenClaw until you're ready for it. But really the only way to give you all the context is by building the checklist. And I realized that today. I'm like, I need to build another checklist. Because the first checklist made me millions, but I think the next thing I build is going to make me a lot more. And a lot of people a lot more. Not because it's just a checklist, but because the checklist itself is a database. And the next iteration is going to be completely insane. And another thing I'm going to tell you is that if you want to use AI well, don't be the person that expects the first prompt to give the output you want. Remember I said like the main secret of AI is not knowing necessarily what to ask, but what to not ask. The other secret is that the real output you want is not the prompt output, but it's the continual reiteration of the prompt that leads to the next prompt, and you being the person that steers the reiterations in the direction that it needs to go. It's alignment. Sports betting, let me go back to it. All right, see what it's got so far. It's ran for 12 minutes. I could run it in the background. Let's just do that. And now that I think about it, this window might be actually on the old Claude, but look at this. This is a local agent running now in the background. That's just one agent. I could have 20 agents running in the background. Why is that interesting? Because if I can have 20 AIs working for me, what do I have them do? If you had 20 employees, what would you do? What would you know? How many of them do you need? Remember I told you earlier, you're going to discover very soon. Well, you already discovered it, but you're going to believe fully very soon that you have the ability to do anything. Then the question is, what do you do? How do you do it? Like how many AIs do you need? How many employees do you need? How do you build the infrastructure without having it fall over long term? Scalability is such a big question because most people think that they can scale something and they can't. What does that mean? It means that most people don't know how to build a solid foundation. Why? Because they don't believe in the things that matter. They believe in usually things that don't benefit other people. And the problem with that is that you can't scale something that doesn't actually provide value. So you have to actually really care about people. The local AI I have built, by the way, is a lot stronger than this AI because, again, it's trained on all the context I've given it. And the cool thing, too, is that the database I have over here, I can bring over here. I haven't done it yet, but it would automatically upgrade this AI. And so people are going to pay for AI upgrades. And so your database that you build, somebody else comes along and they want your help because they believe in what you are doing or who you are as a person. And people will probably just pay you for your database. They'll go, hey, I want your AI. My AI sucks. And you're going to go, cool, clone it over. And for all you know, that AI is going to make a lot of money because the data you have is so good. Go for it. Did it already do it? Yeah. See how this made everything live immediately? This AI is taking 15 minutes. One is highly engineered. One is a brand new build that has the consciousness of the world trained into it. Let's go check it out. There it is. I'll build your entire AI system live with you in 1 hour. Book an hour, goes to PayPal, auto texts you the link to sign up. I could go then build a webinar. Let's see if it can give us this thing that we asked for over here. We're going to ask the same question, but based on the consciousness that it's built on, which is a no BS simple consciousness. I'm going to say, create a crypto trading bot. Boom. Paste. We'll have our AIs fight each other. That's going to be the real cool thing. You have a website where you upload your consciousness and then somebody else's, and they fight each other. Which one's smarter? It gives you a percentage scoring algorithm. It tells you you are smarter or less smart than the other consciousness. The trick is about fine-tuning your model. You build every prompt. You can scrape emails from Instagram and LinkedIn and get leads. I was going to create a clone of High Level. Well, if anybody can create a clone of anything, then the question is it really worth building? Originally, I was thinking about selling this whole, interface. What's up, Jerry? But I realized, why? What's the point in building something that somebody else can build in 10 seconds with one prompt? There isn't. And so remember, the people that can think the longest term at this point are going to be the furthest ahead, because the long term is no longer long. It's right in front of you. And so the question is, what does the actual long term look like? Who knows? The AI probably does. Jerry says, hey, I'd love to see you back doing what you do best, sir. When you're done, check the messages. I can try checking. I have literally hundreds of thousands of freaking messages going on right now. So if I didn't see your message, it's not a personal thing. The AIs are making it nearly impossible for me to respond to everybody. Nihilism? I actually don't know what that means. Let me look it up. Philosophical belief that life lacks inherent meaning, purpose. Well, yeah. So again, this is where, is it a catastrophic outlook or is it a truthful outlook? At the end of the day, the truth is what it is, right? And so I don't know if it's positive or negative. Definitely looks like it's building this a little bit differently. It's going to be interesting. Oh, this ran out of token limit. This one probably won't because I have it engineered to switch to a local model if it does run out of tokens. Anyways, I could literally be here all night because I already am here all night, programming literally 24/7. I drink way too many Diet Cokes, probably about 20 a day. And I apologize if I brought you too far down the rabbit hole or just rambled too much, but I wanted to show you a few things that were possible. And again, this is just very, very surface level stuff we've covered today. Let's see if this can give us a bot really quick that we can show, because the other one died on us. Took too long, used too much context. Doesn't have a way to switch to a local model. This one, however, pretty smart. And it only gets smarter every day. And the reason why is because this one has a database with context. This one, no context. Just the basic out-of-the-box AI you get when you open up Claude. This one, lots of trial and error. This one, built on the human consciousness that gives up after trying something for 2 minutes. Looks like this one's already done. Let's open it up. Needs the Binance API, but that's pretty easy to get. There it is. Cool. Now, for the people that don't like the terminal interface, let's have it display it in a GUI. Display it. Localhost just means my own internal structure on my own internet. So, out of curiosity, who here would be interested, just give me a 1 in the chat, in getting help with this, getting help setting up your own database, setting up your own system that literally does whatever you want it to. Because I feel like $300 to get on the phone with me for an hour to have me set this up for you over a screen share, I feel like that's a pretty good deal. I used to make around 10 grand an hour. But I went a little hard on the API, bought $2 million worth of stuff within the same year. And to be honest with you, I need to stop spending so much money. And that's the only reason why right now, for a pretty small window, I'm sure, I'm getting on the phone with anybody. Because normally, I don't get on the phone with anyone. Why? Because I don't really need to. But right now I do. Because I need to get some things done. And I need to support the API. All right, let's run this again. Run, build, localhost. Sorry, didn't mean to cancel. Oh, I completely left Claude here by accident. Claude login. I think it should have something here. It said it was on localhost 3456. Let's see what we get. Localhost 3456. And it probably took it down when I closed it. Finish the thing we were just building and displaying on localhost. Create an AI agent that is expert in stock market. Yeah, I'll be honest with you. I think the big thing I really want to build is something to do with crypto or investing. Because I think that would be really, really cool. I think my goal is to build this checklist and then probably start building something that has to do with finance. And I have the blueprint for a lot of things so far, but the only thing I haven't really dived into yet is that. And I'm really excited to do that next. So this was the webinar here. We had a crypto trading bot. Long live stream though. Appreciate you guys for being here and being on it. Hour 35 minutes. You know, I used to be able to do 10-hour live streams and not really get tired from it, but I'll be honest with you, I'm not a big fan of doing the live streams anymore just because it's been, a long time that I've been doing them. All right, here it is. Oh, is it already on there? Open the page. See what it gave us. Oh, it already identified that it was the wrong one. And again, this is the issue for accidentally pressing Control C, which canceled the bot from running. But yeah, let this run and then I'm going to probably close out the stream after I show you guys this. But yeah, we did build the page. If you want to go check it out, $297. Book an hour with me. I'll get on screen share with you and I'll walk you through getting set up with whatever you want. Anything I talked about in this live stream. Plus, I'll share with you the deeper rabbit hole if you'd like to go down it. I'll even give you this crypto trading bot if you want it. Oh, this was a sports betting bot, but maybe, I don't know. We'll see what it gives us. Now remember, it built behind the scenes. It built the system itself. It built the backend code, and now it's building the GUI, the graphical user interface. I'm going to say take this picture here and analyze why it's like this with UI and fix it. But yeah, I could literally, on the next part of this, make a prompt to take the current system, make a sales page for it, make a login, whatever. And I could have this live on the site within probably 10 minutes where people can buy it and use it. So yeah, I can pretty much build anything in lightning time. And so can you. The best part, you don't need to have any idea how to do it. All right, here we go. Start bot. And I think I need the Binance API or something, but look at that. There you go. I'm sure this is probably just a demo page or something. Imagine that it's actually taking crypto out of my wallet or something and using it and actually making money. That'd be pretty cool. But by the way, if you guys want to donate to what I'm doing, it would really would help. You can take a screenshot. Just take a screenshot on your phone. Scan this QR. You send Litecoin or any type of crypto, you can put a note on it and just put your email or whatever. I'll have the AI bot reach out to you. But one of the other streams I want to do at some point is kind of related to where we're at with all the payment processors and banks and everything, because I think a lot of the current ways of processing money is going to be long gone once people learn about how efficient it is to store money in a local wallet like Exodus. This is a local wallet that runs on your phone. You can disconnect your internet, still own all your money, send it and receive it, cash it out on a main exchange. This to me is a lot more efficient than the way we currently have a lot of things set up. And I think a lot of people are going to start learning about crypto, not because it's like some, like investment opportunity, but because of the storage, right? USDC, this will always be a price of $1. So why have your US dollars anywhere else but a place that you can send and receive it? Doesn't make sense. All crypto is really just a wiring system, right? And essentially, this is your routing number. You send it and receive it. That's it. That's all it is. When you cash it out, you just say, turn this into money, for example, on PayPal or anywhere. Even Chase Bank lets you buy crypto now. And then you withdraw it. But at least I know if I have it in a local wallet, I own the money. I own at least the perceived value of it, right? And I don't have to go and buy like Dogecoin. I can buy literally the equivalent of $1 and always have the equivalent of $1 in a place that I actually own that $1. Everybody will have their own bank. Everybody will have their own AI. Everybody will have simplicity and scalability. But they'll also have a lot of confusion. And they'll have a lot of questions. And if you're good at answering those questions, you'll make a lot of money. Anyways, I'm getting tired. I've been working literally 24/7. Probably get ready to go to bed soon, but hopefully you guys got some value from this. Jerry says I would start with learning solidity. That's what the smart contracts are built on. Okay. It's noted. Look, all I care about being able to send and receive money. Spending so much time on the AI stuff, and the more I look at where we're currently at, the more I see that, the banks are going to make it harder and harder for you to get your money out of them. Because they make a lot of money on your money. So it's very, very, very important for people to learn how to own their money in the very near future. Morpheo says, so basically you need to paste in an API in order to have a database connection. No, that's if you want more data. To get started, you just need a local terminal window and to go to Claude or any platform and say, help me install Claude code locally. You'll have it up and running in 5 minutes. Very simple. It's not very difficult. But what's deep beneath the surface is. So, anyways, make an AI generate leads. It's already doing it. I proved it earlier with the database build and the auto AI chat system, whatever you want to call it. I'm going to bed probably in about an hour, whatever. But I'm going to leave my phone number on the screen. You guys are welcome to text me. If my AI tries to close you on something, I apologize in advance. But that's my number. Feel free to reach out. And again, if you want to support what I'm doing, would really appreciate it. Scan the QR code. If you don't know how to buy crypto, it's so simple. You go on PayPal, type in or click on crypto. You can literally send $2, but you click on crypto, get something like Litecoin, and you literally just click send. It'll send over. Anyways, I'll see you guys on the next one. Till then, have a good night. We'll see you next time. Bye.